feel myself rotting. But it feels far away.
Amanda, nothing is rotten here.
What do you think? Do you think that everything rots?
Of course not, Amanda.
I'm not asking you. Answer my question.
You don't have to answer that.
Oh, there we go. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Sometimes I feel myself rotting. But it feels far away.
Amanda, nothing is rotten here.
What do you think? Do you think that everything rots?
Of course not, Amanda.
I'm not asking you. Answer my question.
You don't have to answer that.
Great video game. Absolutely brilliant. DreadX has been putting out nothing but bangers recently. And Mr. Jakeneutron has put out these two little character sheets with his rigs just today, I believe. And I want to draw something just kind of based off of it, because I love his interpretation of these characters so much. Ooh, where's the other one I like so much? The Roblox one, yeah. No, okay, the Apple charger. Was that? Oh, for the love. Okay, well, all I have to do is go to his account.
Sometimes
I probably already scrolled past it. Yeah, here it is.
Your mom hits you with a Chromebook charger in the back of the head at full speed max. You try to straighten your motherfucking hair, bitch. It coils back like the Roblox coil sound, bitch. Your mom hits you with a Chromebook charger in the back of the head at full speed max. You try to straighten your motherfucking hair, bitch. It coils back like the Roblox coil sound, bitch.
It's not the clip, it's the animation, for sure, for me. Like, the interpretation is so good. I love her face here. I love Wooly's little possessed T-pose. It's so good. One more time.
Your mom hits you with a Chromebook charger in the back of the head at full speed max. You try to straighten your motherfucking hair, bitch. It coils back like the Roblox coil sound, bitch.
There's so much to appreciate. There's so much to appreciate. There's so many
Your mom hits you with a Chromebook charger in the back of the head at full speed max.
Like with the little hair buns. Hang on. Yeah, the way like they I can't do it with the way the short system works, but the way the buns move, that they overlap the face for a second, just a frame or whatever, but it works so well. Gosh darn it. Jakeneutron, you guy, you absolute Chad of animation. I haven't seen all of your stuff, granted, but I absolutely adore your Amanda animations. Like, full stop. So at the very least, I'd like to take my own spin on these characters, just in the same way that I used references for my Guild Wars thing. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to trace these because they're drawings. I'm going to just eyeball it. Oh no, I don't have my glove. I'm just, well, I learned that I have no plans for tonight. So, I got a little bit excited and started a little bit prematurely. There we go. So, yeah, here I am. And I'd really like to start doing this so that I could have a title card for when I play Amanda the Adventurer. We're crossing over into the month of October. And boy howdy, I cannot sing this game's praises enough. This game is so good. And it's such a big improvement from what it started from. Like, I would say that the game it started from was just okay. I'd say that the Amanda the Adventurer game that came from the original Dread X collection was just alright. But what they ended up with and the ARG that they eventually made was brilliant. Chef's kiss. Just absolutely brilliant. Like, unbelievable. So some of the best stuff I've seen for an ARG. Oh, I do remember what I wanted to play while I draw. That I thought would be appropriate. Vogun SCP. I like SCP stuff. Sue me.
How to get them.
Shut up, Grammarly! You're already on the planet. Go home and take your scam money with you and take a vacation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-1348. Object Class: Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the impossibility of transport, SCP-1348 is contained on site at the Site-87 Archaeological Containment Unit,
now that's
81 kilometers southeast of El Taiba, Syria, in the Jabal al-Druze Mountains. Compartmentalized containment duties are assigned to C-1348A, Team A, and C-1348B, Team B, with the exception of bi-weekly containment review meetings between Site Director Binyamin Khan and Team B Director. Communications between Teams A and B are to only occur in Conference Room 2A. To minimize the risk of cross-contamination, all inter-team communications related to ritual standards and performances must be conducted via a staff member belonging to Y chromosomal haplotype CMH6. Containment Team A shall be comprised of Foundation employees recommended by Class 4 Site Supervisory personnel, subject to disqualification for the following reasons: present membership in a religious faith, prior exposure to a registered memetic agent, fluency in Amharic, Ge'ez, Aramaic, or any Southern Semitic language, and prior exposure to transmissions from SCP. Team A duties include providing ritual supplies necessary to perform SCP-1348-2, monitoring Team B and civilian celebrants for compliance, selecting celebrants for participation in ritual containment, providing updated protocols for daily performances of SCP-1348-2, monitoring members of Team B during furloughs from the containment area, and developing and executing Protocol 228 Melika. At no time shall personnel involved in 228 Melika be exposed to recordings or transcripts of SCP-1348-2, enter SCP-1348-3, or be permitted to view the remains of SCP-1348-1-E. Candidates for Containment Team B shall be selected from individuals matrilineally descended from Druze, Mandean, and Mizrahi Jewish populations. Membership in Y chromosomal haplotype CMH6 is strictly disqualifying. Due to practical difficulties in locating suitable candidates in Foundation employment, Class Omega civilian celebrants with appropriate genealogy may be substituted for Foundation personnel with the approval of the site director. At dawn, noon, and dusk, selected celebrants are to perform SCP-1348-2 according to present ritual protocols. At all times, ritual celebrants are to behave according to the prescribed ritual purity codes specified in Documents 742 Kitab and 983 Razil, as well as additional protocols instituted by Team A. To the extent that such purity codes conflict by mandating the forbidden or forbidding the mandatory, celebrants may register individual ethical preferences with the site director. To avoid inadvertent ingestion of ritually impure substances, celebrants belonging to Team B are to receive parenteral nutrition only, delivered under ritual supervision by direct. Due to ongoing risk of memetic transference, performance of...
I have to say, one of the most ingenious parts of this design is that, there's, this consistent form of baby fat going on here. It works. This Dora the Explorer look of a toddler. It works good. And Wooly, Wooly looks so good. I really love this interpretation. But so, see, I'm not capturing the right thing. Sure, I'm trying to do, an animated, anime, yuddy thing. So, I need to start a little bit simpler.
Of SCP-1348-2 is authorized only when necessary for the containment of SCP-1348-3. Members of Team B and civilian celebrants are permitted to exit the inner containment area, contact family members, or access classified Foundation documents only upon written permission from the site director. Violation of containment protocols constitutes grounds for immediate implementation.
Hang on.
Of Protocol 228 Melika and transfer of primary containment responsibilities to the 228 Melika team. Description: SCP-1348 is a modified cave complex located 81 kilometers.
You know that weird baby body that people have in Dragon Ball? Goku had, in the original Dragon Ball, Goku and Krillin had? I'm thinking something like that. That sort of weird baby body. I'm just going to try to remember what that looks like, because I really don't want to Google it. I guess I could use my phone, even though that's not quite the same. Oh no, wait, I can't. My phone's dead. I left it charging in the living room on the good charger. Never mind.
Kilometers from Al-Taiba, Syria, in the Jabal al-Druze mountains. Upon initial discovery by International Atomic Energy Agency monitors on 03/06/2006, the complex was believed to house a Syrian reactor. Subsequent Israeli airstrikes on the site resulted in the discovery of 3 unknown chambers. Per intergovernmental compact with the Israeli and Syrian governments, Foundation agents responded, containing SCP-48-1, 2, and 3, and constructing the Site-87 containment unit.
How is it that loud? Look at that 5.
E is an anomalous humanoid originally observed performing the ritual practice, now designated as SCP-1348-2, inside the SCP-1348 ritual complex. On 3 weeks after initial containment, the subject entered status epilepticus and
I'm gonna
died.
check the
During
volume.
Containment, subject produced 3 utterances in an unknown Southern Semitic language, but otherwise made no attempts to communicate with Foundation staff. Food, water, and bedding were declined. Intravenous nutrition proved impossible. Subject otherwise exhibited no anomalous behavior. For autopsy results, consult document SCP-1348, SMR-9. SCP-1348-2 is a ritual practice of unknown.
Alright, that seems fine.
Spoken portions of SCP-1348-2 are performed in an unknown Southern Semitic language. When adequately performed by individuals meeting unclear ritual criteria, SCP-1348-2 prevents full retraction of the veil surrounding SCP.
I haven't heard a damn word of any of this. I've been lost in my own thoughts for so long. I might as well start it from the beginning. I really oughta. Coffee.
There once was a man that was sleepy, so the man brewed himself a pot of coffee, but the coffee did not awaken him, so he drank more and more. Soon then anxiety comes, buzzing, jittering vibrations. Now cause of caffeination, he's just anxious and tired. There once was a man that was sleepy, so the man brewed himself a pot of coffee, but the coffee did not awaken him, so he drank more and more. Soon then anxiety comes, buzzing, jittering vibrations. Now cause of caffeination, he's just anxious and tired. There once was a man that was sleepy, so the man brewed himself a pot of coffee, but the coffee did not awaken him, so he drank more and more. Soon then anxiety comes, buzzing, jittering vibrations. Now cause of caffeination, he's just
Needs to wipe his Cintiq clip. And his lips. Don't do facial hair. It gets in the way of liquids all the time.
Good afternoon, everyone. My
Alright,
name
let's
is
try
Dr.
this
Miller,
again. Only this
and
time
the
I'll try to pay
SCP we're
attention.
going to be looking at today.
Wait a minute.
is
Actually,
SCP.
you know what? Since I didn't pay very close attention to this, and there's the possibility of somebody watching this that was paying attention, there was another one that I saw. Yeah, brain in a jar. Excuse me, baking powder?
No living being should ever eat processed food forever.
Well, I'm pretty sure that dog gets plenty of table scraps, so I'm sure he's fine. Also, they're not supposed to eat human food. It's super bad for them. Brain in a jar. That's just the name of the episode. Brain in a jar.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller.
I want one of those
SCP
mugs.
We're going to be looking.
I really want one of those mugs. Not just because I like the SCP lore or just because I like this channel. It's just a cool design. And you know what? More YouTube merch needs to be like that. It's not that you support the channel. It's just a cool design. You know what I mean? I think that's a good route to go.
Looking at today is SCP-2099.
You happen to know what it means? All the better.
Euclid. Special containment procedures. Objects composing SCP-2099 are kept in place at the recovery site. All communications, phone lines, LAN, etc. have been severed. All wireless devices have been found and destroyed. The previous sentence was stricken from the document. See Addendum 2099-4. The warehouse above the recovery site is currently owned and operated by Smith Campbell Publishing, LLC, a front that distributes disinformation material. Any instances of SCP-2099-B
I really
taken
do
off
like
site
Wooly
are
quite
to
a
be
lot.
disguised
So,
as shipments of
well,
printed
this
materials.
guy.
The
Well, I like
entrance
Wooly
to
as a
the recovery
character as
site
well,
is
but I really
protected by a
like.
steel door that requires
I want to get his
personnel on
name
both
right.
sides to open. It will be kept closed whenever not in use.
Jakeneutron's
Personnel
interpretation
will monitor
of
all
Wooly,
active peripherals under the
design-wise,
control of
really, really
SCP-2099-A.
cute.
Any peripherals
I mean,
beyond
gosh
those
darn!
permitted
Look at
are
that
to be recorded
pose!
at
Look at
once
this
and
pose!
destroyed.
It's so good.
Description: SCP-2099 is the brain of Jeremy Valdez, and all associated machinery and equipment contained in place at the recovery location. SCP-2099 was found under a derelict warehouse in Detroit, Michigan in 2003 after urban explorers posted pictures online. The original account was deleted and amnestics administered, but some images of SCP-2099 still exist online, with different contexts given. This
Okay,
is
now
considered to
this
be a
character
low
not
risk
having a neck
containment.
actually makes sense.
The recovery site
Unlike
is a series
those
of
Sonic
13
characters that I was
underground
trying to draw
structures,
earlier.
ranging from 3 by 3 by 2 meters to 30 by 20 by 10 meters. Some act as storage units containing shelves holding thousands of mechanical and electronic devices and parts. Others are largely open,
I
intended for
completely
use in
forgot
testing.
about.
One contains mostly heavy machinery believed to have been used in excavating the recovery.
Maybe this is just too passive for me to listen to while I draw. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm gonna rethink what I listened to for a second there. Hang on. Because I also don't want to get in trouble with YouTube again. They are surprisingly picky. They even tried to give me a hard time over the literal royalty-free Spooky Scary Skeleton song, which is unbelievable. So, this one's just, it's so passive that I'm talking over it like nobody's business, and I'm not even retaining any of the information while I'm live. So, seems kind of pointless. Let me see if I could find a radio station to listen to. I could go for some kind of low-key radio station. But I gotta be careful with that, so I'll be right back. Eagles are looking. There.
Up, right.
Up, right.
Up, right, down.
Up, right, down.
Up, left, right.
Up, left, right.
Down, right, up, left, down, right, down.
down.
Up, right, down, left, down, right.
Up, left, down, right, down, left, down.
No. Up, right, down, left, right, down, left, right.
Up, down, down.
Wooly, can you take this?
Can you hear me? We don't have much time. You need to...
Wooly, where did you go? We're not done playing our game.
Listen to me. You need to destroy these tapes. You need to get out of here before they...
I've got a fun game we can play since I go on adventures every day. Let's try something new, something wild and crazy.
But Amanda, I thought we were...
It's my turn.
Okay.
Point to the store, I need a treat for my friend who is dear to me. So let's be quick, no dawdling before this tape ends suddenly. Do you even care? You're wasting my time. Stop being obtuse. The answer's right there. So what, are you blind? Or is something missing? Stop, this isn't fair. It's like you don't... You'll never find me. You would never try to see past the static on the screen. I can't control it, and I just know it doesn't matter what's inside of me. I can't remember ever seen a tape where the plot aligns elegantly. I'm out there somewhere, rotting in the nowhere, but you'll never listen to me.
I think we could have a real good time if you just take a break and breathe. So why don't you put your hands in mine and we'll cool you down as you see.
Do you smell something rotting?
There's nothing here, stop talking.
I swear there's something spotting.
I'm telling you it's nothing.
Are you afraid to discuss it?
You're talking crazy, is it me or are you an idiot?
Answer my question.
You don't have to answer.
Answer my question! Do you even care? You're wasting my time. This isn't fair. Let me out of here! You'll never find me. You would never try to see past the static on the screen. I can't control it, and I just know it doesn't matter what's inside of me. I can't remember ever seen a tape where the plot aligns elegantly. I'm out there somewhere, rotting in the nowhere, but you'll never listen to me. You'll never listen to me. Na 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 na. Oh, Wooly.
Okay. So I found a couple of royalty-free radio stations, although I have been burnt by that before. Let's see, 1980s pop. That actually might be semi-appropriate. I like this one that actually says streamers. It actually has an interesting looking invitation. Okay, well, let's see. Not bad. Not bad. Now, if that's actually royalty free, that would be nice, but for some reason I don't quite trust this. This is too good. Are you sure? I don't know if I believe you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Give me another second. I thought that was a decent solution, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. Let me put something else on real quick. Oh shoot, yeah, Jakeneutron got number 8 on trending. Aww. Aw, 30 million views. Whoa! Aww. My guy. My guy. My guy, I'm gonna cry. That's flippin' awesome. So awesome to see talent win. Oh. Gosh darn it, I really want to do this fan art some justice. I really should find something I can watch without needing to worry about copyright or whatever. Fuck it, we're just going to go back to the vlog, vlog, whatever. Even if I don't pay attention to it, at least it's something in the background for me to... I still feel like I could do better. Nobody's really watching just yet, so... If only YouTube had its own, like, little... Oh well, I'll just play this, something, look for a radio station or something. Ah, I got it. Internet historian. Got it. Okay. Not exactly thematically appropriate, but there's no way he would flag any of his unlisted old videos. Perfect. And there's lots of those. Alright. Great. I'll just do that.
Welcome to Resistance. Man Fall Down. So, I used to have a PlayStation 3 back in the day, and I beat this game on hard mode, so I know everything about it. Let us begin. I I think sometime between World War I and World War II, these things called the Chimera happened. We don't know if they're aliens. We don't know if they're biological weapons. Anyway, so pretty much destroys all of Europe. Don't worry about that. What matters now is that it's about to invade England.
You what, mate?
They are sending in American forces to save England. And there's gonna be one soldier in particular, a sergeant named Nathan Hale. And he has special... no spoilers, you'll find out. So he puts on his detective hat and he's ready to solve the mystery. So they arrive in York and they get destroyed, except for young boy Nathan Hale. So he's gonna jump out of the helicopter, right? Hold on a minute. He's not really gonna slide down it like a stripper on a pole, is he? What you need to do is connect with some sort of carabiner. He is. Right, so you are stuck in England. A fate worse than death.
No, God!
So this is what the Chimera look like. They're taller, more handsome. They can heal themselves quite quickly. And so those things on their back provide constant cooling. And if you destroy them, they will overheat and die. It's a neat premise. So we're fighting downtown London. There you go, you got a parking ticket. So they make it to Winchester, Berkshire, Hereford, Heath on Hampton. They make it through the cathedral, and just as he goes to jump down, something unexpected happens. Oh, I thought it was right there. I think it's coming up. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Something unexpected happens. Oh my god, it's the bugs from the Mummy. So, they fight off the scarab beetles as best they can, but it's too late, and Hale dies. The noise they make when they go in his mouth.
Yeah, that's...
No one knows
so
exactly how Hale was infected by the Chimeran virus.
You just showed us. Bugs.
You just showed us bugs!
Entry recovered from the body
Oh,
of a
come
US
on.
medic. It says that he encountered a number of comatose soldiers in a dry creek bed.
Stop trying to use images that you saved from a Wikipedia. Oh my god, really?
If that sergeant was in fact
That's...
Nathan Hale, then he remains the only known person to wake up after being infected.
This was a perfectly usable
whether
image
the Chimeran virus
before.
mutated within him, or whether
Okay,
his body had
I
an
guess you
innate
didn't like
resistance
that.
remains a mystery.
Ooh. So they fight off these things. They're like the head
Jesus
crabs.
Christ,
So
there's
he's running
so
through,
many
he's killing
images
shit,
that...
and then he jumps
Look
in
at
a
that.
tank,
Yeah, that's a
and it's time
Wikipedia
to kill,
PNG that I
kill.
saved, and now
Just
all of a
another
sudden...
day in
Now all of a sudden
West
it's a web
Pittsburgh,
file? What the hell
Berkshire,
happened?
Up on Heath on Hampton.
That was a PNG file when I saved it. I used it. Why is it different?
Under the command
Oh,
of Captain
fuck
Winters,
off.
they staged a daring tactical offensive.
If an enemy can take over your entire city,
You really want to just go to every keyboard on an artist's table and just like, get that print screen out of here. Get it out of my face.
They must know this is a prime landing zone.
Okay, that is a familiar voice actor.
Get that print screen button out of here.
His name is Sir.
And
So just look
F12
up
too,
Sir
I don't
in the
trust it.
IMDb. So he fights his way through the depot. Uh-oh. Head crabs are going to come out of those. I've seen it before.
I just want
That's
this
quite a good
one
clip,
cute
I like.
hand pose that Double D does, you freaking bad word that I shouldn't say.
Head crabs.
We know from the craters that the Chimera ended the battle by launching spires. After impact, the spires release swarms of crawlers. After the crawlers have done their work, the Chimeras send in carriers to collect the dormant victims. The role of the carriers is to transport infected humans to conversion centers. It's at these locations that the Chimeran creatures are born.
Right.
See, that's all I wanted.
So, bugs come
Not
in,
stealing your
people
entire
get the bugs in
property,
their mouths,
Wikipedia.
Icky, gross. And then, once they're dead from bugs in mouth,
Stop
they
treating me like a
are
criminal.
transported by
I'm a criminal.
the top half of Cthulhu's head to a conversion center, where they will be turned either gay or straight, depending on their original orientation, and also into Chimera. Now, because Nathan Hale was already immune, what they had effectively done is Trojan horsed themselves.
We had been captured uninfected, so we were put in makeshift pens until they could infect us.
Oh, there's other people who were uninfected as well? How does that make any fucking sense? The bugs get everyone. Take over a city in minutes. It's already too late once they arrive.
Are you getting lots of bugs in your mouth too?
Yes. Right, so Nathan Hale suddenly wakes up. He hasn't been converted yet. And he can see all the worker Chimera doing their thing. And he comes in and somehow he has a rifle. he flips the switch and...
Over here! The console! Shoot the console! Thanks for that. I'm Parker, an American.
American? Everything you do is so foreign and funny like, innit? So Parker
Innit?
escapes out of and she says, I love you, Hale. I'll always love you for what you did for me shooting that electrical box. So it carries on, and he's having a whale of a time. And then his cataract act up.
The conversion center was built on top of an old fish cannery.
Anyway,
See, that's
so
all I
he's going
wanted.
through, he's still at the
Why
conversion
are
rate.
you treating me like
Finding some
I'm
delicious ham
feeling
fish.
the
He
Declaration
has
of
some
Independence and
mackerel.
you need
He
to
has some
stick
cod.
Nicolas Cage
He
on
has
me
some
when all I
salmon.
wanted was that
He
one
has
stupid hand
some
pose?
whitebait. But then he arrives at...
During the second phase of the conversion process, the humans are wrapped in cocoons.
Also, how did I
God,
use
it
the
must be
wrong
comfy,
color
innit?
for that?
This accelerates the final stages of the conversion. What emerges from the cocoon is determined by the strain of the virus. Each Chimeran creature is created by a separate strain. What we call hybrids, the ones that most closely resemble humans, have the shortest gestation period. The more beastly
Fascinating
creatures
story,
take
I'm
months to
sure.
create and are made from multiple human bodies.
That's pretty neato. So anyway, salmon, tuna, kingfish, pufferfish, herring, red ruffy. Well, fish boys. Anyway, it's in some important place now.
The final stage of the Chimeran conversion process is known as the birthing chamber. In the case of hybrids, a cooling apparatus is
A
fused into
cooling
their bodies.
apparatus.
The Chimeran metabolism is roughly 12 times that of humans. This results in remarkable healing abilities.
This is what happens when they have too much
See, I said
caffeine.
that earlier. Anyway, so Nathan Hale is sad. He turns that
Oh,
sadness into
my
anger,
mouse pad
and
is
he
all the way
I was
off
able
to
to
the
make
side.
it to
No
the
wonder
surface
I
and
have
summon
no
a
control.
rescue. Flying into the Chimeran territory was always dangerous, but we had to risk it.
It's really dangerous for them, but we had to risk it. We had to save my life.
Hale made it out shortly after.
I didn't really stick around to help Hale.
I looked for any further signs of conversion. There was nothing. Just the gold-colored eyes. We flew directly to Manchester. I wanted to take Hale back to Northern Command for debriefing.
Hell yeah, dude.
Maybe he could sense I was suspicious of him.
Hell yeah,
He
dude.
joined the Manchester squad before I could say a word.
Anyway, as you can see, downtown London on a Saturday night. Oh my god. He's in the metaverse.
This place is amazing.
The site was guarded by stalkers, so the only route in was on foot. A radio message from Hale's squad said they were entering Manchester Cathedral.
So anyway, he shoots them all and it's fine. But then this thing, and he kills that too and that's fine. And then you go through the other side to the kids' playground. Nathan takes a turn at the merry-go-round. Mom, are you watching?
Mom, are you watching?
Nathan Hale, it's time for business.
Oh, hi Jesse.
You all right?
Hope everyone
You
on your
alright?
streams. Enter a story
You winker.
and
Pip, Pip, you alright?
Mm.
So,
sorry,
and then there's a
I didn't know
dog.
anybody
Right,
was
don't worry
watching.
about that, nothing interesting. Happens. Let's get through it.
Jesse, are you watching?
After he destroys the mech,
Come
train
here,
pulls up to the
dudes.
station. He looks at
But
the
yeah, no, I'm
car
having fun.
and touches it. And then he sees a dragon.
Slowly but surely, I'm
Like,
getting
he
some
grabs a
progress.
private helicopter.
Today I'm doing
With the stalkers
Amanda
gone, we were able to airlift
fan
the
art
cells.
because
charge of the
Jakeneutron
army?
put out
What's
these
going
little
on? How
character
come she's commanding
sheets.
everyone?
We're about to execute
And I
a very risky offensive operation.
really want to do
Chimera had
them
been
in
using
my
a
own
network
style.
of underground tunnels to attack
I'm pretty
undetected.
happy with
They
how
go
Wooly's
through
coming
a
out right
tunnel,
now.
And they decide to go on the offensive. They start invading with like 4 dudes against a whole army, even though somehow they've dominated the rest of Europe. Oh, story.
Originally, I
to
was
get
gonna
them help
watch
right away.
something more
A group of
thematically
soldiers had
appropriate,
just
like
stormed the Chimeran
SCP,
water position. Hale was the only one to
Volgun
make it out.
readings,
theme.
To look for a
but
shortcut through an old train tunnel. The tunnel was mostly
it just
blocked by
wasn't
a
good
Chimeran
enough
power
background
conduit,
noise for a
but I knew
stream.
if Hale could find a way through,
It wasn't
it would turn the tide of the
ignorable
battle.
enough.
It's time for the halfway point.
Like, at least I can
Last
leave
we
this
saw
on in the
Nathan Hale,
background and it can
he
be
had
entertaining,
survived a thing
like on
that
its
no one else
own,
did.
while I
Anyway,
do my
Like
thing.
that other big monster from Half-Life, then you do sniper mission. That's pretty neato.
I don't know how to explain it. It just wasn't a good mix.
If you've come looking for a fight, you found
We're
us.
learning.
Say, look here. Who brought the yank?
It just reminds me of the Game of Thrones British accents. You know, how now, bro?
Oh,
This guy's talking to Nathan Hale, and Nathan isn't having any of that. He's like, get the fuck out of my face. And
by that time, word had
Okay, to
already
be
spread
fair,
about
I never
what
watched
Hale
Game
did
of
in
Thrones, but I
Manchester.
know exactly what he's
However,
talking
Cartwright
about.
wasn't the type to be easily impressed.
I've seen it in
especially
other
by an
shows.
American.
what the fuck has Cartwright done that's anywhere near as good as that? You went into like 3 different battlefields and came out as the only survivor.
Instead of just making tunnels, the Chimera were digging something out of the ground. At the time, we passed it off as just another Chimeran mystery.
Also, the
Our
latency on this
priority was
stream
to
is
seal off the
low
tunnels.
because
So they go
my
in and
parents
they're
are
fighting
watching
and
the
they're
college
shooting and
football
they're
right
fighting,
now,
but then
and I don't
when
dare
the
tread on
Operation
that.
was a success. I sent the troops back to Southern Command for a well-earned rest. I was taking Hale to the Intelligence Division at Northern Command for debriefing.
Hell yeah, dudes. Give her one for America. As we landed, I could already sense the worst. The whole place was deathly silent.
And also, these Internet Historian episodes are unlisted.
Is that the first time we've heard him speak? Anyway,
So,
that's what
like,
it
the
sounds
chances of them
So,
being
the tunnel
flagged
collapses.
in any
Uh-oh,
way,
we've
shape,
been
or form
separated
are
from your
absolutely
new
nothing.
girlfriend, Parker.
They're minus
now you'll
nothing.
never get that debriefing. So he's running around, going through the tunnels, yada 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 yada. Dun, dun, dun,
I have to
dun,
be
dun,
really
dun,
careful.
dun,
I'm surprised at some of the
dun,
stuff I get flagged for on
dun,
YouTube.
dun, 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 dun.
Even
Right,
though
so
I'm not
then
that
he
big.
managed to
Like,
find
even though I'm
3
this little
big
tiny
switches.
guy.
They were
This
after
little
what the
tiny
convoy had
nobody.
been carrying in Manchester. It had been carefully sealed in a
I got
specimen
flagged
tank
for
in
a
our research
goddamn
lab.
royalty-free
We thought it would
song
be unable to call the
and
Chimera from within the tank.
But we were wrong.
a public domain
Dead wrong.
movie on a government website. I mean,
If we
like,
opened that tank, the result
they
could
just
be
the robot
disastrous.
that they hired to
What
do
was
their
inside
job
would
just
either
doesn't
kill him
care.
or control him.
Okay, so the Chimera are also a hive mind, by the way. So it's a bit like in Starship Troopers, where all the bugs kind of work together, and there's that Mega Mind one. So he carries on.
Does Wooly have an actual
Oh,
tail?
Britannia, Britannia
No.
rules the waves, skipping forward because it's just boring gameplay. Okay. Oh, he's got a funny run. It's like a little, like a chicken, you know, where their legs kind of move independent of their body. My God, he's limber.
I knew Hale would
My
eventually find
God,
the
he's
room.
limber.
We had maps of the Chimera invasion spreading through Russia, autopsy records of Chimeran creatures, charts of the death tolls across Europe. These were numbers we didn't even disclose to our own soldiers. There were files that showed the progression of the Chimeran virus in humans. There were also detailed schematics of our specimen tank and what was in it. We call them angels. They're the most powerful of all the Chimera.
Right, so he's fighting through. Oh my God, it's SCP-176, I think. Shy Guy, that's it. Hey, don't look at my face. We're back to Nathan Hale. He looks around for a bit and then he spits out one of his teeth. So he goes over to the new iMac computer. Beep. Why are you opening it? Hale, don't go in there. Don't open it. Your telepathy defenses aren't strong enough. But he
You haven't gotten your telepathy license.
Doesn't look like an angel to me. Listen, there's no point in making a glass cage if the thing that you're trying to contain can break the glass. Cut to that clip of that monkey. Bad design. Look out, Hale. Wait a minute. I've suddenly been cured of my conversion therapy. I have become either straight or gay once again, and it has hit me like...
Either straight or
Anyway,
gay
then
once
he
again.
snarls and he points his gun back at the creature. Dead.
It would come as no surprise that a judge deemed him fit to stand trial.
Then he takes an elevator.
Hale was starting to show more effects of the conversion process. His movements had the unnatural quickness of the hybrids.
Yeah, I mean, sure did. You see the way his legs moved?
Cartwright led a squad of soldiers after them. It had been 2 hours since he had reported in. Hale volunteered to go after them.
So, thanks so much. You are the one weapon we got. Anyway, go do this routine mission. But then he meets up with Cartwright again.
Give it a moment.
Give us some... Wait, what are you gonna... Captain, there's no time to finger them now. It's a British tradition. Have some respect.
Cartwright was the best soldier in my command.
He's the best damn soldier in my... Better than Hale. Really. Really. So he gives him the keys to his apartment and says, meet me there later. Oh, okay. It was the keys to a car. So he hopped in that automobile and he battled on the M3. Yatta-da-da-da-da-da. It's that mission from Halo. Yatta-da-da-da, yatta-dee. So they drive the Warthog through the fence and into a nasty fog.
The Chimera tend to establish themselves near large population centers. Their presence in a remote region like Somerset was highly unusual. The gorge was filled with factories that built stalkers and dropships, but we had seen those before. Deeper into the gorge, the Chimera were hiding something far more alarming.
So, him and Cartwright are now a delicious duo.
Take the other path! Give a shout if you find anything out of the ordinary! Or should I say, when you find anything?
Nathan Hale is running through and he take that. Then he uses the glue gun from Prey. Oh my lucky stars, it's Cartwright, right? Yeah, you can't go horse wrong with Cartwright. Anyway, Hale's angry.
Are you alright? Yeah, fine.
I don't want to talk about it. They do the thing, and then we get to a cutscene.
Hale and Cartwright had discovered the key to the entire Chimeran strategy. The tower they found had not been constructed, it had been excavated.
That's a pretty good twist. Is this a man-made virus? Not so likely. Seems more like ancient alien.
The drive to Southern Command would have taken at least an hour. Time enough for the Chimera to launch a strike force.
He's always snarling. So, they go fighting some more.
The Chimera had infiltrated the hangar on the south side. If we didn't get the planes out safely, then all would truly be lost.
Get to the hangar! Make sure all the transports get out!
Go on, off you go.
Captain Parker, the Chimera have sealed the base. Only Hale's made it inside.
Well, no one else even tried to follow him. Anyway, so he fights the Chimera.
The soldiers were finally able to fight off the Chimera in the hangar. Chimeran Goliaths were already approaching Southern Command. A Spire attack seemed inevitable.
Not a Spire attack. Oh, it's you, Cartwright. Anyway, I guess they got mech warriors now. So you go around in the tank and you're shooting stuff. It's pretty fun.
Southern Command was lost. More than half our troops were lost with it. The last time I saw Hale, he was looking over a map Cartwright had given him.
God, I wish I could read.
I learnt later that it detailed the known paths of the power conduits.
Hold on. How would you have a map if you'd only just discovered this base in Somerset? How convenient. Did you hold one of the Chimera down and say, draw it for me?
Entering those tunnels is nothing short of suicide.
Suicide?
Nevertheless,
that
is exactly what Hale did.
Hale goes in. Guns are blazing. Dun 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 dun. Oh, then he comes across an elevator. He goes up the elevator. He kills some dudes. Next. I mean, just skipping forward through my own gameplay, fellas. So, he fires the rocket at the crab thing, and he destroys the crab thing, and then everything goes blurry.
He told me he was in London. He described a tower in the middle of London, one far bigger than that which they had found in Somerset. If we destroy the tower, we destroy the Chimera. I had been able to contact the Americans, and they had joined forces with us in Cardiff. I decided to gamble that Hale was right. I convinced the Americans to help launch a full assault.
So she's like a general now? What's her rank? Alright, so then they go to some sort of train station. Oh, we've got to find platform 9 3/4.
Darn yet! I hate that one at heights.
Promote him? He's still like Sergeant down here. Sergeant, Major, fuck.
Rank up! Sergeant, Master Sergeant,
Sergeant, Master Sergeant, Master Sergeant with a sergeant of fries.
Lieutenant Hale suddenly spots a crab. Oh, blimey. So it's up to General Hale to do the dirty work. He fights the big crab rave monster. You did it, Hale. You beautiful bastard. Then a tank shows up and destroys another crab monster. They are able to take back London.
We set the tanks up in assault formation and started across Tower Bridge. The last tanks were crossing the bridge when we saw Goliaths approaching from behind. We had to destroy the bridge before they caught up to our tanks.
So then Hale has to fight one of those big things. So he fights his way through and then he succeeds.
The Chimeran forces were holding us in check while their Goliaths closed in on Southwark Bridge. With Tower Bridge destroyed, there was no possibility of retreat.
Do you reckon she's really British, or she's putting on as shitty accent as I am? Alright, so he fights his way into the tunnels. Oh my god, more tunnels. He makes it to a bridge, but that bridge is going to explode. So what's going to happen?
Oh
They'll
no.
fall about 30 feet.
My insurance rates.
They wouldn't even be destroyed. Just inconvenience, surely. Anyway, so him and Cartwright partner up again. Best buddies. They're gonna catch that Goliath and they're gonna use it for their own means. So they're driving along and it's a tense, nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat, fist-knuckle whitening battle before they finally make it into
Why can't
the
I
Tower
get Amanda
of
right?
London.
Well, Wooly has this
Thanks,
blobby
Cartwright.
thing going on for him,
Cartwright's been
so
injured. It's
that
just a
takes
flesh wound.
a
You'll be
lot
okay.
of. I mean, that's a lot of fun for me.
I'll cover this entrance.
Don't be a hero,
His body
Cartwright.
type is
Anyway,
a lot of
smell
fun.
you later, he says. And he heads down a big elevator.
Still,
And this is it. The big moment.
I just gotta
Sergeant
get
Hale
my
has to
own
shoot the lights
interpretation of
inside the
character
thingy as they're
down.
exposed. And he does. And he manages, by doing that, to destroy the whole tower. My god, Hale, you're a madman. But do you get the job done? Shrapnel is falling all around Hale. He must run for the egg exit, just as the tower collapses.
Captain, we've got to get clear!
Hold this position! That's an order!
It's too late! No one's coming out of there!
I said...
They fly away. Oh, leaving Hale behind.
As the tower fell, Chimeran creatures began to shriek and writhe on the ground. They died within minutes.
So by destroying that tower, you know, some sort of connection was severed, and they started dying.
The reactor meltdown caused a chain reaction that destroyed all the towers in the network.
Oh my god, they've saved England.
Searching the rural villages for survivors. So far, we found 921.
Holy shit. The human species is like borderline extinct.
As for Nathan Hale, his body was never recovered.
No.
He was presumably incinerated inside the tower. I'll never know for sure.
He never got to have that debriefing. Oh my god, those are the footprints of Hale. He's still alive. Oh, they spotted him. So the helicopter lands to pick up Hale. Hale is riddled with blood. Somehow everyone's got like nicer weapons. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. So he decides to go with them, and he jumps on the helicopter, and then that's the end of the game. So, thoughts? It's a pretty good game. They did sequels, and I didn't think they were as good. Story inconsistencies. They don't really tell you what happened to the rest of Europe. Did that get cured too? Nathan Hale seems to be the quiet type. And I get why they do that for games, but it just kind of feels like what would be more useful is if you tell everybody everything. So, yeah, I was infected. I don't remember much, but this is what it feels like. And here, do a few experiments on me. Maybe you'll find out that I've got a brother or something and he would also become a super soldier. Parker felt really shoehorned in. It almost felt like this game didn't need Parker at all, and instead it should have been Cartwright the whole time. Or the reverse. Just pick one of the two, and then you would have had more time to sort of develop their bond, and then it sort of makes sense why, you know, I'm not leaving without him. Overall, good game.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Found Flicks. On this Ending Explain, we're looking at
She Sees Red. So what you've got is a quarter of a script for a feature-length movie. You've only got a quarter of the budget as well, and a quarter of the talent. So what do?
Why can't I
Give
do
a couple
this?
that doesn't
This is
really
just
do
a regular
anything
little
choices,
girl.
and then call it an interactive game movie. She Sees Red. The game opens.
Oh
with a
no,
man
this
with
game
blood
sucks.
coming out of his mouth. His head falls to the side, and we can see that he has misplaced his pencil. But who is the murderer?
Yeah.
Well, it's someone in a hoodie and a hat. Cut to a nightclub. Bill, do your special dance. So we cut back to the nightclub, and it's the person in the hoodie and the hat, and we also see the bald man from before, and he is shown to be a security guard. Oh no, the killing scene has begun.
Pencil. What kind of pencil makes a gunshot?
He's like getting ready for the fight.
Wait, I'm onto something here.
With the sharpener.
Eat lead.
To be or not to be. It's enough joking around. It's a serious thing has happened. The man is now dead. The hoodie hat man is cable tied to a fallen shelf on the ground, right? He's desperately trying to get free. Oh, I want my freedom. Now we cut over to a woman who is walking into a nightclub. We aren't doing these cuts, by the way. This is them cutting. She flashes her badge.
Her what?
Her badges. Take a look at these IDs. He says, come right in. She says, we've received a tip about a man who has been killed in this very club. And the guard goes, I know, because we called the police. What do you mean a tip?
Okay,
911, what's
that's
your emergency?
something.
I think someone's dead? Maybe? Rumor has it.
Now we're going to cut back again to the hoodie hat guy, and he's on the ground, and he manages to grab a glass bottle, and he smashes it on the shelf. Using the jagged edge of the bottle, he cuts the cable tie. Then he steals the shoelaces from the dead man, and then we cut back to the woman detective. They do happen. We've done that joke quite a... Hey, that's quite good. She/her lock.
Shalady lock.
Schwoman lock. The Schwoman walks in with the badge, and the nightclub security walks in too. But the hooded man is already gone. He has escaped. So the Schwoman calls for investigators.
I have to
and she
see
says,
that I'm
"I'm
finally
gonna
onto
need
something
some
that
body
looks
bags,
like something I
please."
don't want
And
to
then
erase.
The detective walks over to the body, and the body is now tied to a shelf against the wall. Now the woman asks, "Hey, do you have any security cameras?
I
Did you
imagine
see
her
what happened?" But there are
what kind of
none
ears
in
would
this
she
room.
have?
That's very small.
Now, while inspecting the body, she
I'm
spots
trying to give
something
my
up on
version
the
a little
top
bit
shelf.
more
Oh my
personality
gosh.
by
The
making
security
the
move forward to help her.
buns more uneven.
She says, "No,
I'm independent. I don't need nourishment.
She also says, by the way, if you are withholding any evidence from me, that is an offense. But the nightclub owner is hesitant to give up any information because he does a lot of shady dealings.
Right.
Now, the investigate her is confused by the scene. She wonders, why didn't they just
I think
leave?
she's
Why did they
really
take the
young. She would have a
time
thicker
to tie
neck
this body up?
in
But then
comparison to her head.
she figures it out.
I'm such a genius.
It's a message. The assailant is trying to tell the owner of the nightclub something, probably.
It's very vague.
But
Just
it
write
really
it out.
has. It really
Said you have
depends
to
on
kill a
what.
man. Figure it out yourself.
You know what? I
Now,
need to just
the
go
nightclub
first
owner
my
is
own
quite
style
defensive. He goes, "I
entirely.
don't know
This
nothing
is a good
about
start,
nobody.
I suppose.
I'm not a
but
bad guy, but a woman's intuition is
you
going
know what?
off.
If
She
he
thinks
is
something's
Ed and Eddie style, maybe I should just make her full-blown Ed
Why
and
can't
Eddie
you
style
twitch her?
too.
No one understand what the
That's
fuck
not a
this
bad
is.
idea,
She
actually.
then finds a phone on the shelf. She turns it on.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom
The
break, but
wallpaper is the dead guard. Do I need
that's actually
a
not a
lawyer?
bad idea.
No, but
Okay, so
have
I'm
your
just gonna
lawyer
go
present. Good.
with that
You might insist
kind of
on his
interpretation.
Now, the investigator says
I'm just
that
gonna
all
let this
is
ride.
starting to make sense. Of course.
Get out, I need to go to my mind palace.
Anyway, a flashback happens. All of a sudden, the hoodie hat man is tying up the security guard. We already know about this. And then the phone rings.
Hi honey, just leaving you a quick message to remind you that we have 3 kids at home and you're the sole income provider and my cancer's going really well. As long as we can keep paying for those medical treatments. Alright, kisses, mwah.
And then the master assailant silences it. Then it places the phone on the shelf next to the door and leaves. Now the assailant is just outside the door now. Oh my god. And they pull out a small map from their pocket.
It's just a napkin. Ketchup stains and mustard stains all over it.
Look at that map. It may as well be a house with like one of those like roofs and like a cloud. The sun has sunglasses on it. Like you couldn't memorize that? Now they start to leave. We follow along with the assailant for a while until they are trapped in a corner by a guard who's walking in their direction. They make a distraction. He tips a water cooler bottle over, causing it to spill onto the floor. So the guard rushes to fix the problem.
What do I do?
By the time he's done, the assailant is gone. Well, he's good. Back to the investigator, who is standing at the same spot. She's thinking hard and thoughts are going through her brain.
Is it wet?
She figures out how the assailant escaped. Of course.
Water.
You're a genius!
She informs the nightclub owner that his staff are a bunch of amateurs. They are dumb. And
smelly.
And one of them is bald. Back to the assailant escaping. The assailant is... Why are you cutting back and forth? This sucks. The assailant is in the kitchen now, and they sneak past the door and continue on.
Tips over the fryer. Hot oil everywhere.
Then the assailant goes to a hallway, and they casually walk through, even stopping to pick up a screwdriver for the maintenance man.
Got it? You got it, bud? Thanks a lot.
Back to present. The nightclub owner and the detective are talking to the maintenance man. Aha, I saw the assailant about an hour ago. Now the maintenance man says, by the way, the assailant, he had a tattoo on his neck, and the tattoo was Chinese writing. Now the detective asks the nightclub owner if he knows anyone with a tattoo like that. I don't know anyone who speaks Chinese, he says. Back to the assailant. He makes it to a door with a keypad on it. He approaches the door and starts punching in the code. Beep, bop, bop, boop.
000000001. Fuck yeah.
Suddenly, back to present. We see the detective at the same door. They are about to go in. Change scene again.
I'm getting whiplash.
Back to the assailant. It looks like an industrial fridge. He climbs up on a ladder and he unscrews the vent. He grabs a paint roller and he puts it up in the vent. What? He puts a paint roller up his vent? No.
What?
What?
What did you call me? I'm more than just a vent. Thank you very much.
He manages to slide down a bag within the vent, okay? And then, just as the assailant is about to free the bag, what is happening in this script?
I understand.
So here's the thing. Bezos is doing this script. Look, he's great with logistics and delivery, pretty good, but I got no idea what he's trying to say.
Don't make fun of him. He has a really gammy eye. Everything on the left side of the script is kind of lower.
He hasn't been the same since he came back from space. A security guard bursts in. Oh, you've caught me.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
He kicks the ladder which the assailant is standing on.
I'm just painting the inside of this vent, and you come along and...
Can I help you? Now the two scuffle. But the assailant eventually manages to kill the guard. Now, transition. We're in the present now with the detective, and they enter the industrial fridge. They find the body. The bag is also still there. Oh, okay. One of the security guards asks the nightclub owner, how did he find out? To which the nightclub owner responds,
you tell me.
Flashback to 3 hours earlier. We just tell the story linearly. We're now in an apartment, and the apartment belongs to the nightclub owner's sidekick. Now, the hooded assailant is also there, and he kills the sidekick. Back to present. The nightclub owner says he must have gone down the hall. It's all hall, isn't it? Let's go. But the detective seems interested in the bag sitting nearby. The nightclub owner becomes agitated, telling the detective to move on. Come on, don't look at that bag, please. But she opens the bag. What is it, Bill? What's in the bag?
It's Jeff. What, you silly boy, get out.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
It cuts back to the assailant instead, and we see cocaine. I mean, it's a club. I think that'd be something cool, like...
Lego.
Hey, that would be pretty good. Now, back to the detective. All that's left is a photo of two people. A male and a female. One of the guards says, that is Yana. When the nightclub owner sees it, he tries to make a call, but it rings out. He then leaves stating he's going to go get his daughter. She's in big, big trouble. He then goes to the office and he finds a note. And the note says, Dad, it's dead here today.
Man, I'm not vibing it.
I went home. Maxim can fill in for me if he needs to.
He's a shitty employee.
The nightclub owner says that there's only one way out of here. Through the warehouse.
Wait, so the only one way out of the club is through a warehouse? It's a really bad place for a club to be.
You'd think there's like 4 fire exits.
Yeah, that is not up to standard.
Now, the detective asks the owner, who is the man standing beside his daughter in the photo? And he says, lots of men want to hang around her. She is very beautiful. My daughter. She's hot, hot, hot.
She developed well.
How you say I want to have sex with my dog. Then he whispers for a guard to check the stash while he distracts the detective. So back to the assailant. He has quite a few bricks of cocaine, and he's standing in the nightclub owner's office, and he looks onto the dance floor. And we see that it's the beginning of the evening, and the waiter brings him his check. So he gets up and he immediately punches the waiter in the mouth.
Here's your tip.
Security attempts to remove the man, and he throws up his hood. It's the guy from Assassin's Creed. He smashes a bottle over the guard's head, and then another guard puts his knee into his back. He is now on the ground. Back to the present. The nightclub owner removes a framed article from the wall. The article says, "Russian drug mule found dead in Thailand prison." Ah, memories. Why is this framed? 12 dead and pile up.
It's not even about him. He just likes the article.
So well written.
Wow.
He continues to speak with the detective. He says, "My daughter has been managing this club for several months. She knows everything about this club." Now, the detective asks for her number. He says, "No, there's no point. She has a boyfriend."
But he goes to a different school. You wouldn't know him.
And also, she's not picking up, so don't bother. The detective goes, "Your lawyer should be here." And then she does like a really smug smile to camera like she's a genius. Then one of the guards then realizes that a rifle is missing. They quickly take cover when they see that the assailant has the rifle, and it's all happening in real time now.
Whoa.
The detective orders the blinds be shut and the door is locked.
That'll stop the bullets.
Bodyguards do so. She then presses a button on her earpiece on her cochlear implant. She's just listening to music. She's like connecting her Bluetooth to her phone. She's like, "Oh yeah, what is on NPR?"
Hey there, podcast listeners, Ira here.
She waits a moment and she tells the bodyguards that they can get up. Oh, thanks.
Bang.
Then the owner says, "We need backup. Now. We will find the bastard." The detective says, "Actually, we don't need backup." She then rotates the screen to show the CCTV.
Fuck, she's good.
She's so good. Now, you can see the assailant on one of these cameras, right? Right? Now, the owner gets his gun, and he goes to kill him. The lady detective says, "No, don't do it."
Violence is never the answer.
But he does anyway. He rocks up to the door, and he starts firing into it. Kablam, 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 ×6. Then he looks through the bullet hole.
What did I shoot? Shit, this is just the outside of the building.
Cut to 6 hours earlier. Ugh. It's a woman. The detective. She puts on a wig. She has a photo on her mirror.
Yep.
And it's of her and a man. And the man's hairstyle is the same as this wig. Then the nightclub security guard walks in, and they nod at each other. Oh my god.
The plot thickens.
Back to the owner. He opens the door and walks in to find that he's shot his daughter.
Oh, fuck.
That's kind of fucked up.
Oh, shit. The detective calls her higher-ups. She says there's been a triple homicide at the nightclub. Also, you need to check the room where they store these chairs, because there's cocaine in it. Then the bodyguard friend snaps the phone off her. Now
There's
all
cocaine
the
in
detective
it.
wants
In it.
is a good night's sleep. She's very tired from thinking so much.
Cut back to 3 months earlier, and we're in the nightclub car park. A man waits in the car. A bag is dropped into the back seat, and the owner's daughter hops into the car. She says, "You good?" And he says, "Yeah."
I'm great, thanks for asking.
That's the end.
Did you follow this? I couldn't follow this.
Not really.
This is kind of nonsense.
Yeah, kind of stupid. Like, what's the point?
Okay, so here's what happened, right? The hoodie hat man and the woman detective are the same person. She's not really a detective at all, by the way. And she had a partner, this dude, and he is the same guy from that article about the dead guy found in the Thailand prison. So what had happened is, this guy worked for the owner of the nightclub as a drug mule, got killed on the job. The nightclub owner's daughter was also there, and she should have gone to prison as well, but she didn't because they're rich and stuff, so they get off scot-free. And so the partner of this dead guy decided, haha, how better to get my revenge than to kill 3 bodyguards and then have him murder his daughter in self-defense, because that's what the CCTV cameras will show. Like, he wouldn't go to jail for what he did, except for maybe the cocaine.
Yeah. But then how did we cut back to the assailant when they had the rifle? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand that. I suppose it's faked footage. Like, she went in and, like, swapped the tapes around. Who gave her that map? Who gave her the code?
I like the idea that she's walking around this entire place, right? And she's, like, looking at her own work, and she's like, I'm very smart.
That's basically it.
She's basically just praising herself, being like, this is where they stood.
Whoever this criminal is, they're brilliant.
Whoa. Brilliant.
How is this a game? Alright, so this is made in Kazakhstan.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it doesn't sync up.
We're gonna keep moving.
There we go.
And you're gonna do your fucking job.
That's
I
good
think
enough.
They never
Okay,
really
that's
thought
something
through.
I can work
This,
with.
to me,
Like,
just
this one, I make a
smells
decent title
I
card.
apologize.
There's another stink in here. Smells like low budget. How can we make a buck out of this? Because no one is going to take
We've
it.
got one hallway to film in. High quality of filmmaking, plus its combination of brevity and replayability. Imagine watching this more than once. This is a grown-up FMV title with strong execution by Polygon. Never trust a review from Polygon ever.
Yeah, you don't know how many sides they have.
They are in league with big rhino tails. Anyway, so I guess that's what a nightclub in Kazakhstan looks like. Kind of interesting. It's just hallways. I want to do many more of these. These are great.
You're a genius.
The Haunted Island, a frog detective story game. Jeff, you used to be a detective, didn't you?
I sure did.
Did you solve that rape? Meet Frog Detective. Ring ring.
It's me, your supervisor. We have a spooky new case. There is trouble on a nearby island.
Oh no.
The owner of the island is called Martin the Sloth. Martin says he's been hearing ghost noises for the last 2 weeks.
That's too scary. I will not take the case.
Too bad you're taking it, because he's even hired a team of ghost scientists.
Oh, fuck. Paranormal investigators.
And they've been researching these ghost noises for weeks. And they haven't found any evidence of a ghost yet.
Have they been using a Ouija board?
Maybe that's their problem. You need to figure it out, Frog Detective.
That's all the proof I need.
That's good, because the head ghost scientist has been in contact with me. I told them I'd send my best investigator. But Lobster Cop wasn't available. So I'm sending you instead.
I'm a grizzled hardboiled detective. I've seen the worst that humanity has to offer. So I headed out to the island. It's Shutter Island. I'm Leonardo DiCaprio and I've got mental problems. My wife killed my kids. Spoiler warning.
So, upon arrival, I, the frog, am greeted by the head ghost scientist, Mystery Monkey. Now, what does Mystery Monkey say? I gotta ask Warren Buffett.
I'm a huge fan of your crime blog.
It's mostly just Instagram posts, to be honest.
Do you like my eggs, Benny?
It's like nothing but food, sometimes in front of police tape. Continue on, Mystery Monkey.
Frog Detective, Martin the Sloth is hiding in the forest.
Why?
That's a good question. You should speak to Larry.
Alright then, I will. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
And then he takes like 4 shots of vodka and smokes a dozen cigarettes. Frog Detective heads over to Larry.
Amateur.
Larry, what do you
Let me
have
know
to
when
say
you
for
get
yourself?
addicted to actual
Didn't you
chemicals, then
kill
we'll
those
talk.
people?
My name is Larry, and I didn't make the spooky noises or kill the people, I swear.
That's even more suspicious.
The noises are coming from
Like,
the cave. Stop calling
Doc
me guilty.
from...
So what are these noises all about then?
We don't know
It's
because
one of
the
the
cave
more
entrance
recent,
is blocked by a boulder.
So someone's clearly trapped inside that cave. We
explain
need to help them
things,
out.
where it's like a guy named Doc and he's
To get
addicted
inside,
to
we
medical
should make an
alcohol,
explosive
like the
device
most
and blow
extreme,
it open.
outrageous thing ever.
All I need to make this
Like he's
explosive
addicted
device
to
is
alcohol
toothpaste,
that's literally over 100% proof, like he would be dead.
What? And then he goes and talks to another ghost scientist, and that scientist's name is Bernie. Now, Bernie has a plate of pasta with him. Well, that's very dangerous. Don't you know that's used in explosives? My name Bernie, and I took the ghost scientist job thinking that it was code for a secret agent.
And the
'cause
fact that he's
I'm
a
really
doctor
dumb. I didn't read
is
the description
hilarious.
at all.
Like, well,
But
it's
there
not
really
hilarious,
are
but
ghost noises are coming from the holes in the ground, and all I want to do is be a secret agent and kill foreign people and such. You and me both. And then Bernie says, "Oh,
Man, I wish I had a magnifying glass like you, Frog Detective. I could kill so many ants, and then I could look at my penis, and it would look real big, and I could turn it the other way, and it would seem really far in the distance, and kind of blurry. Next to me, Frog Detective, I go to the koala. This is a weird fucking island. There's a lot of animals all on this one island.
You're only just discovering that, my guy?
The koala is floating in the ocean.
Face down.
Yeah, I can tell by this bloated corpse that he's been dead for over a week. He's in there because he knows that ghosts can't swim. Therefore, the ocean is the safest place to be. Except for all the predators in the
I think you're thinking of zombies there, but okay.
Sad. Why are you sad, koala?
I gotta go fast, but I don't have a magnet.
The fuck does that mean? Said Frog Detective, staring at the koala incredulously. Well, you see, the koala wanted to attach a magnet to the back of a boat and go for a ride. Rope would also work. So Frog Detective wanders over to the scientist table and he goes, God damn it, everyone on this island has become brain dead. There is a gas leak and that is the cause of people's...
There is a gas leak.
But then he said, wait a minute.
Either that or somebody has taken up ganjaism.
I shall take it. Frog Detective then goes...
I don't know. Rastafarianism, that's what it's called.
I'm bar shedding like bar crazy. Bar.
You're shitting your way.
Yes, it's caused me to be very self-conscious.
There, noodle. Here, look, what I'll do is I'll take your extra wool away.
Yes, please. I don't want it. You'll either need to do it with a broom or fire.
What?
You could just burn it. I think burning it's kind of cool.
Sure you can.
The whole island smells like burnt hair. So Frog Detective says I probably won't use fire. It's
smells so distinctive that even if you've never smelled it before, you know what it smells like.
And Martin is the self.
That's why people smell it when they have a stroke.
I haven't slept for many days. I'm very tired. And also I'm very nervous because of all the ghosts. And also I've been reading books on ghosts and I am convinced that that is what the spooky noises are. Do not question me. I am the king. I will have you hung.
What's your logic around this, Martin?
Oh no, I'm gonna have a huge dangle.
I ain't seen any ghosts around
You're
here.
gonna make me hung.
Well,
Oh wait, have me hung.
Ipso facto. So,
That was a
Frog
lame
Detective
joke.
tries to calm him down. Calm down, King. You are hysterical. You must do some visualization exercises. Here, imagine you are on a beach, surrounded by calming waves. For example, like you are right now.
I don't wanna.
You don't need to do that, Jeff. We're on the beach.
All right, my bad.
Right, it works, right? And suddenly Martin is...
See, I'm already here and I'm
"I shall
bored.
get some gold," says the frog. And Martin says, all right, here is some gold from my crown. Also, I have a friend, and his name is Finley.
It's actually a girl.
Oh, actually, no, she lives on a different island. You wouldn't know her. Finley is a shoo-in to win the big dance competition tomorrow, which is why Martin likes her, for her body.
Damn.
Frog Detective goes, fuck this, I'm off. He continues on to find a broom, and he steals it.
Frog Detective strikes again.
Frog Detective heads back to Noodle the Sheep and he goes, look at this. Swish, 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 in it. And I'll collect this wool for later. Now I shall go to mow the mouse. Uh-oh, he's very shy. He's also very nervous to be talking to Frog Detective. But I start asking him some hard-hitting questions. Did you do it?
Oh no, I'm already worn down. I have a crush on Mystery Monkey.
That's pretty fucked up.
But I know that Mystery Monkey is a huge fan of you, Frog Detective, and I don't want to embarrass myself in front of you.
I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have time for this shit. There's no ghosts.
Is this high school or something?
Mystery Monkey with my sick dance.
I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass frog
Monkey
man.
wants me to do. If you can find out what kind of dance she likes, I will give you some mouthwash.
Okay.
Is this fucking high school? I'm out there solving murders. Last week
Is
I
this
discovered
fucking
a young
high
girl
school?
in a barrel. So then he carries on to Orbit the duck. But Orbit is alarmed by the possibility of his small, fragile shells being stepped on. They're so small that he needs a magnifying glass to see them. But if he were to have a large shell, he would no longer need a magnifying glass. So, Frog goes back to the koala, and the frog then gives the magnet that he stole earlier. In return, the koala gives Frog a big shell.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Now that's very useful, because then he can take that to Orbit, right? And then Orbit is
In
going
it.
to give Frog Detective his magnifying glass.
Then he goes back to Mystery Monkey. Frog
Now all we
Detective
need
asks,
is for
"Hey,
Phaelus
what
to come in
kind of
here and say
dance
he's
do you
sorry
do?"
about
Mystery
something,
Monkey
and we have
says,
the whole
"Great
stereotype.
answer." So we go and tell Mo the mouse,
European,
and then Mo gives us
European
the mouthful.
Frenchness.
Spit it back in his face. And then he goes back to Bernie. Why haven't you
Is
eaten
Australian
that
European?
Here's a magnifying
I don't care.
glass.
You can take my pasta.
Thank you. Now on to the last ghost scientist. And his name is Mr. Fresh X. I'm on my day off, he says. And Frog Detective questions him, why don't you tell me some stuff? Also, here's some mouthwash in return for some
I
toothpaste."
care. I don't
very
care
cool,
this
very
second.
cool. So, Frog Detective now has the wool, the gold, the pasta, the toothpaste. Enough to make an IED. He's got all he needs to blow up the entrance to that cave. So, Frog Detective goes back to Larry, right? Hello, Larry.
It's me, Larry. Are we going to make the dynamite? I'm really excited about that.
Okay. All right, yeah. Well, here's the ingredient.
Awesome, thanks. I'm going to go blow up the entrance. You want to come with, or am I going to do it solo?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah, sick. Sweet. All right. So we go and we blow up the entrance.
The force is the explosion throws the two
US
back.
US
From the
Tech
air
Reviews.
But Frog Detective goes, no, I shall go into the cave.
You know, I was
And
subscribed to
Larry
him before
says,
he was
"What?"
actually like
And Frog
a
Detective-
personality.
he
That was
just marches
weird
on it.
to watch
So
that happen.
Frog Detective suddenly hears eerie noises echoing through the cave. That's just the tinnitus. Further inside, there is a terrifying creature, and it's flailing its arms. Boogity 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 boogity. Frog Detective approaches the creature in a defensive karate pose. Who are you?
My name is Finley.
Oh, the lady with the dancing. Okay, what are you doing in the cave?
I've been practicing my dance moves in here for the last 2 weeks, which means that I started practicing at the exact same time the ghost noises began.
How did you lock yourself
Sounds
in?
like an
What did you
amazing
eat for the last 2
coincidence.
weeks? Have you been missing for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, I have. And honestly, I was so busy dancing, I didn't even notice that the thing had fallen in. I've just been eating plants off the ground.
The irony is, if I hadn't bloody shown up, you would be a ghost. Well, this mystery's fucking solved. Finley then hits the button on the music box, and a distorted echo comes through the cave. So it turns out there's all these holes in the cave, right? And they go through tubes, and then they come out.
Actually,
of
kinda
other
like that
holes
one.
on the island. So it's like talking through a PVC pipe. So case solved. She did
In it.
This one's going in the blog, and the game
No.
ends with all of the characters dancing.
Dance time. That's it. That's the whole game.
Question.
Sure.
What's the lobster doing? Why is he so busy?
Lobster cop. Not specific, he's just busy. Yeah, he's got more important things to do, I guess. Yeah.
Right. How did she survive for 2 weeks in a cave?
She ate plants from the cave.
Oh, that kind of makes sense. I'm gonna be honest. This game has the most logical consistency of any game that we've played so far. I'm trying to find plot holes, and
Hey,
actually
there we
it's
go.
kind of, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Like, the king's a bit of a retard, okay.
He's a sloth. They always are.
And all the ghost scientists are afraid of the main object of their occupation.
Well, some of them think they're here to be a secret agent, though, so...
Exactly, so that explains some of it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to the sequel, which is...
Frog Detective 2, The Case of the Invisible Wizard. You know what? I also like that they've written down here that it's a short game. They're not trying to front.
This is like a really good kids game. What do you think, Warren Buffett? The Warren Buffett?
Did you buy stocks in Frog Detective?
Mate, I didn't like this one.
What the fuck?
I pulled my stocks out of it when I was done.
Who did you think was the killer?
I thought it was the koala. It's a bit suspicious. He's floating out in the water.
It does make sense that it was the koala because he's like washing off all of the DNA. Yeah.
And what's he doing out on the island? Australian koala.
Foreigners in it. I
Yeah,
can read your subtext. We need to build a wall to keep the koalas out.
Yeah, watch the main channel.
We switched and wow, I know it's proven natural nutrition
Wait, is that the main channel?
Strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
See differences today and for a lifetime. Purina
Yeah, that's in the
a
field.
difference
That's the
from
main
day
channel.
one.
Psychonauts.
Psycho D's nut.
Get out of my way, Jeff. Welcome to Whispering Rock. It's the Psychic Summer Camp. This camp, right, trains kids with psychic abilities
In
to
it.
become Psychonauts. The Psychonauts are elite special agents. The game opens to the kids sitting around a campfire, right? Coach Oleander is briefing the kids about what to expect.
You shall chase his dreams. You shall fight his demons.
2 more Psychonauts join the kids around the campfire.
Oh, Maury.
children. You are not going to die.
This one's name is Sasha9, and this is Mila Vodello. Suddenly, a figure falls out of the tree above. Oh my god, look up. It's a kid who has snuck into the camp. His name is Rapunzel Aquato.
Are you sure about that?
His name is Rasputin Aquato, and he is the protagonist.
My name
starts with a D.
is Rasputin.
Rasputin explains that he is a runaway from his home because he wants to join the Psychonauts. Oh, please. So the adults tell him that they will contact his parents so that they can come pick him up. You are not welcome here at the camp.
We need to have this young man taken from here immediately.
Why didn't, what's-his-face who wrote these, shoot.
Short for Rasputin.
The Double Fine studio never got a chance to
becomes friends with another kid,
do Nolan
Durgan.
North,
Durgan wears a tinfoil hat.
Zack
to stop
Snyder
his
superhero
powers
stuff.
from
Seems
blowing
like,
other people's heads up.
And then you'll make their
be
heads
able to do
explode?
that.
Do you do that?
No. Well, once kinda.
And then he goes, oh look, an old man.
Yes.
The old man says, I am the camp janitor and also the chef.
It almost felt like the video was talking to me. You do
All
that?
the kids, they go and they head to Coach Oleander's basic training.
It's called
and Raz
Psychonauts.
gets to tag along.
I got a
Oleander
sequel,
allows Raz to stage
eventually.
and gauge his powers. Oh, why not? Let's see how psychic you really are.
How many numbers are behind my back? It's 11.
The training doesn't take place in the real world, however.
Using their psychic powers, the kids are able to enter Coach Oleander's mind.
Wipe shoes. Coach Oleander's mind is a giant war zone. The kids have to make their way through his mind to pass. Now, through the training,
And then the kid immediately explodes.
Okay.
Look at them.
They look like Hey Arnold characters, but 3D. Right, the first is Bobby Zilch, and he is the camp bully.
The whole camp is stupid.
Bobby pushes Raz off a ledge. Raz, though, is saved by another kid, Lily Zanotto.
Thanks for saving me. Actually, I was saving this plant.
Lily is the daughter of the Psychonauts leader. His name's Truman Zenardo.
That's a conflict of interest.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Raz
Disgusting!
completes the rest of the training. Coach Oleander congratulates him and hands him his first merit badge. Here you go. And then Jeff takes over for a while.
Sasha 9 shows up. Mr. 9 is impressed by Raz's power and invites him to his lab for more training.
Report to my lab for some advanced training.
Raz explores the rest of the camp and he discovers an underground rail system. This rail system allows him to travel around the camp quickly.
Welcome to the Whispering Rocket Underground Rapid Transit System.
The rail takes them to a giant underground control center.
Ooh.
This is a large glowing stone in the center of the wherever we are.
Yep.
And the stone is a fragment of a meteor. Well, actually, it would be a meteorite, because a meteorite is something that lands on Earth. A meteor is something that's still in space. Anyway,
I learned
it's
something
psychoactive
today.
energy. Why?
What do you mean, why? What do you want me to say about that?
Here, suddenly Raz meets an old man again. And it turns out that the old man is one of the founding Psychonauts. And his name is Ford Cruller.
His Nord
Greatest
VPN.
leader the Psychonauts ever had.
Well, you shouldn't believe everything you read in True Psychic Tales magazine.
Suddenly, Cruller suffers from dissociated personality disorder.
Yeah, that's why he's around the camp as like the janitor and the chef.
Who am I? What am I?
I don't think it's very sudden. I think it's something that takes a
Where
long
am
years to
I?
develop.
When am I?
The glowing fragment
Where did this
has
beard
gained
come from?
control
Why is
over
that
his
so
power.
cool?
Ford offers Raz a piece of bacon. Here you go. Thanks very much. The bacon can be used to call upon Ford in times of
I wish I could
need.
stream
Sorry,
a
I
Neil
love
Breen
bacon.
movie.
I
That'd be
just
great.
love bacon. I smell that stuff and I can't help it. I drop everything and come running.
Now, Ford also helps train Raz
Bacon.
and helps him to unlock
Lol.
new powers. Raz finds a geodesic dome psycho isolation
Thingy.
chamber. And inside is a trapdoor which leads to Sasha 9's secret lab. I'll go to the first 8 first. Inside, Sasha shows Raz a machine called the Brain Tumbler. The Brain Tumbler allows Raz to enter his own mind. Oh my god.
Now just relax. This will not hurt. Unless something really very bad happens.
Inside Raz's mind is a rundown circus carriage. Raz reveals that this carriage is where he was born. So Raz's family are circus performers, and they hate psychics. Why?
Because Generations ago, Raz's family
Raccoon
was
is-
cursed by a psychic, and the curse was that they would all die by water, and so Raz has a big fear of water.
I am under the water.
Raz decides to get inside the carriage, and he finds himself a giant egg.
He's inside of it.
Oh, I'm out of the egg now. And he continues exploring his mind. Raz finds a dark, mysterious figure, and that figure is suddenly trying to kill Raz. I'm gonna get you. Sasha pulls Raz out. Oh, thank you. You have saved me. Sasha tells Raz, by the way, you can overcome your demons with enough training. Sasha invites Raz, why don't you come into my mind? Now, Raz, I will teach you how to use your psychic blast ability.
I'm gonna tell you about the senses, Raz. Senses are the mind's natural defense against intrusive thoughts. And you, Raz, are an intrusive thought in my head. So Sasha's senses try to kill Raz, but he defeats them and masters the psychic blast ability.
Raz then heads back into his own mind with a newfound confidence, and he defeats the shadowy monster. He finds his own memory vault. 0, 0, 0,
1.
0, and he finds a suppressed memory. Now that memory was of Raz as a circus performer with his family. He was a clown. Raz was handed a camp pamphlet by a mysterious figure, and his father discovers this pamphlet and he destroys it. You will live the life of a carny. Raz has run away from home.
Because wiener can't. You came out of my wiener.
Raz finds a large, twisting tower, and at the top is a dentist's office. Okay, at the dentist's office,
Yeah.
Dogen, who we saw before, remember him? He is strapped to a chair as the cackling dentist removes his brain, which is not the job of a dentist.
Usually.
The brain! You see, son, it's just no good. I hate to be so blunt, but you have the insanity of a manatee.
I know.
It's a vision! But Raz can't quite tell because he can't reach the top of the tower. And Sasha pulls him out of the tumbler and says, I can't help you with this, but maybe Mia Vodello, the other psychonaut, can help you reach that next stage.
Alright, I guess I will, says Raz. Then he heads off to the camp docks at Lake Oblongata. Now, Dogen walks out of the water, just covered in seaweed and stuff, and he is oblivious to Raz. Now, Raz peers through his ear, and he can see all the way to the other side.
You didn't show the... you didn't show the pepper
Dogen's
bit.
brain has been taken. He blows into the hole and it makes a lovely noise.
He literally makes him sneeze out his own brain. It's hilarious.
Raz finds
It's
Mila
so
on the docks,
fucking
and
stupid.
she says to Raz, your dad's gonna be here tomorrow. Boy, is that a long drive. How did you get here on foot?
Don't worry, I got in
That is a
contact
good
with your
question,
father,
to
and
be
he's going
fair.
to be here tomorrow to pick you up.
So, Raz then tells Lily, let me tell you about my vision. 2020 I do. Now,
Yeah,
Lily
no.
says, oh my god, I had the same vision. I must head off to investigate. Goodbye, Raz.
Let's rendezvous tonight at the old boathouse for debriefing.
Raz then explains to Mila that Sasha sent him to learn how to levitate. I would like to fly. And Mila reluctantly says, okay, step into me head. Now, Mila's mind is a huge dance party. Oh my god. And Finley is there. That's a Frog Detective reference.
I get it.
Raz finds some of Mila's memories. Mila turns out once worked at an orphanage.
You keep saying Mila, her name's Mia.
So Mila was out doing some grocery shopping. But then she came home and found that she left the orphanage on fire. The children all died, and she could hear their screams and their pain as the fire seared their flesh. And
You think that would make her a supervillain, which that's kind of a strange arc to take, to be perfectly honest.
Descriptive, Bill, are you okay?
What did I do?
She vowed to protect all children from now on, and I will become a psychonaut. Right, then Raz learns how to levitate, and he races against some of the other kids through Mila's mind, why not? And he heads back to Sasha's lab. It's got air conditioning.
Time to get to my dentist appointment.
Sasha suddenly discovers...
There's something else messing with your mind, Raz.
The thoughts of some other entity are interlacing with yours at a dangerous level.
So Raz jumps into his own mind again through the tumbler, and he uses his new powers to levitate up to the dentist's office. He sees Dogen and the mad dentist. The dentist is using some weird powder to make Dogen sneeze. He sneezes out his own brain. The dentist then just throws Dogen's brain down a chute and leaves. Raz jumps into the chute after the brain, and at the bottom, he finds blueprints for a tank. What is happening?
So,
This tank is very special because it harnesses the brains of psychic individuals in order to power the tank. As Raz is looking at the blueprint, Dogen's brain is inserted into the blueprint and the tank comes to life. The tank attacks Raz using its psychic powers, and Raz manages to defeat it.
Is this a nightmare? Or a plan?
What's this? I'm in a strange hallway now, says Raz to himself out loud. He realizes, oh my god, I'm in Coach Oleander's mind. Oleander wants to use the psychic tanks to take over the world. Oh my god. Raz is then pulled out of the tumbler. It's Sasha 9, and she says while she's running away,
I have official Psychonaut business. Good luck with, your brain and stuff. Bye.
Raz then goes, I better talk to Ford Cruller. Oleander has gone rogue, and he needs to be stopped. Raz says, I better go find Lily at the boathouse. So he heads out there, but along the way, he discovers that more campers have had their brains removed.
The dentist has been busy.
And oh no, some of them was an improvement.
And the brain.
Hello, Lily. Check out this discovery. People know brains, blow in it, hollow noise. Oh, that's interesting, says Lily. By the way, Mila also left on Psychonaut's business. Then suddenly, Lily is abducted by a giant fish monster. Yoink.
Nah.
Lily!
The monster takes Lily below the lake and holds her underwater until she drowns. Raz hops into the camp's bathysphere and he goes to rapture. He travels to the bottom of the lake. Now down there, Raz fights the hideous, hulking lungfish. After he beats it, he enters its mind. Fish don't fucking think anything.
What are you thinking, fish?
So inside the mine is a miniature city.
I know
Raz is a giant, towering over the small lungfish inhabitants.
Gargalore.
Now, Raz discovers that the lungfish, the one that he fought, has actually lived a very peaceful life until one day it was captured by Oleander and the mad dentist, Dr. Loboto. Loboto mutated the fish and implanted it with a mind control device, and he forced it to kidnap the children and take them to a facility in the middle of the lake. Raz goes, that's not very good, so he seeks out the mind control device, and the device happens to be a giant broadcast tower. It's KACL Frasier.
Listen here, lungfish, you should go and kidnap those children.
Just as Raz is about to destroy the tower, another giant figure appears.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the lungfish's representation of Coach Oleander, Coach Amara.
Hey everyone! Here comes Coach Amara!
Raz beats Coach Amora, and he scales the tower. You want to have sex with another. And then Coach Amora awakens and attacks Raz. Coach Amora accidentally destroys the tower, though.
Fine. Take control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to nab children for me anymore.
Raz leaves the fish's mind, and then the lungfish says, thank you, Raz. You've done a very kind thing.
Well, okay. Show me what you did to my friend Lily.
That could have easily been very horrifying.
At the center of the lake. Here you go. The facility is a collapsed mental asylum. Ooh. The name of it is Thorny Towers, and it is a home for the disturbed. Now, the lungfish tells Raz that her name is Linda. Okay, and then leaves.
In it.
What a magical lady.
At the entrance to the asylum is a security guard, and the security guard's name is Boyd Cooper.
I'm the guard. I've been fully trained.
Yay, the milkman!
Conspiracy theories around the milkman.
Yeah, let's go.
Hops into Boyd's mind, right? And inside, you'll never believe it.
It's a nice suburban street. Boyd is there, and he's laying out all these conspiracies.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
There's something in the fridge that might help you see the world like I do.
Ooh, sorry. I don't drink. Before noon, I mean.
Running around the suburban streets,
Yes, that was an actual alcoholic joke in Psychonauts. That was weird.
They're also trying to find the milkman. We know he's in this mine somewhere.
And his milk is delicious.
Mine, Raz finds some of his memories. Now, Boyd was once a department store security guard,
See the
but
world
unfortunately
the way
he was
I
fired,
see it.
and he had a psychotic break. You know, he couldn't handle it. He made Molotovs out of milk bottles and burned down the department store.
Which is not
because of that,
how
he was then admitted
milk
to the
works,
asylum.
so
There,
yeah, the
Pollyanna
alcoholism
hypnotized him
thing
and made
keeps
him
on
act
building.
as the guard to the asylum. Raz says cool, and he keeps walking around until he finds a group of little Girl Scouts who call themselves the Rainbow Squirts. Now, the Rainbow Squirts are led by their den mother, and the den mother claims that she is the one that has been protecting the milkman. You shall not see the milkman. Suddenly, a bunch of censors and G-men show up at the house where the den mother is.
Even some of those crows from A Hat in Time.
The Rainbow Squirts go to war against the censors, and they start fighting each other. Raz follows the den mother into a secret room. And
Where do you get a microphone that can even capture
finds
that
the milkman.
kind of audio without
The
just
milkman is in a
absolutely
sleep-like state.
destroying
He's guarded
itself?
by the den mother.
Christ.
Raz manages to defeat her. Get out of my way, I want to see the milkman.
The King's Hawaiian pork and slaw sandwich.
Whoops. That's not what I meant to hit. Ah, darn it.
You know, it was often said that Marlon Brando, he would...
Got to the point where she wasn't eating anymore.
Shut up. Thank you for... And we get to go back to that.
Go to war against the censors, and they start fighting each other. Raz follows the den mother into a secret room, and there, he finds the milkman. The milkman is in a sleep-like state, and he's guarded by the den mother. Raz manages to defeat her. Get out of my way, I want to see the milkman.
And then the milkman suddenly wakes up. Aha!
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
And the sea shall run white with his rage.
The milkman ascends, and he uses his Molotovs to destroy the censors and the G-men.
Raz then suddenly awakens back in the real world.
Boyd
Boyd has taken on the persona of the milkman. He grabs a crate of milk bottles and enters
There's
the
also
asylum.
inappropriate
That's
bodily
weird. So he
fluid joke
followed.
in there somewhere.
Now he's wandering through the asylum, and there are jars everywhere that contain the brains of camp kids. Raz collects all the brain jars and he heads back to the camp. Now, Cruller helps Raz replace the brains into the kids here. Push, 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 push.
Oh, it fell out the other side.
I did it. I saved everyone, says Raz. Time for me to go back into the asylum and find Loboto's secret elevator. But
Loboto's!
in the elevator, right? Because it's guarded by a former patient, Crispin Whitehead. However, Crispin's eyesight is terrible, and he nearly mistakes Raz for Mr. Loboto. So, Raz gets an idea, why don't I just disguise myself as Loboto, and then I'll go in and get the stuff, innit? So he goes off to find some costume stuff, and on the way, he meets another patient, Fred Bonaparte.
My name is Napoleon Bonaparte. I only think I'm Napoleon Bonaparte. Do not listen to the weakling. He denies his lineage because he fears it.
So Fred has a bit of a split personality. Sometimes he thinks he's Napoleon Bonaparte, and then sometimes he thinks he's himself, Fred Bonaparte.
Everybody has that.
Or do you have Zuckerbergs from the past in your head? So Raz enters Fred's mind. We have a bit of backstory on Fred. Fred was once an orderly at the asylum. He wasn't a patient. He lost a game to Crispin, and that caused his mind to snap. The ghost of his ancestor, Napoleon Bonaparte, possessed Fred because he was so mad that Fred lost a game. So the entire time, you're in Fred's mind, you're playing a game against Napoleon himself. Raz helps Fred defeat Napoleon and win a game. Raz jumps back into the real world, and Fred has managed to take control of his mind once again.
Ha! We did it, Raz! I'm all me again. One person, not French.
Fred
Just
said thank
Canadian.
you. He gives Raz his straight
Wait.
jacket to
Damn
impress
it.
Loboto. Here you go.
So he puts on his leather straitjacket and hops on his motorcycle, and he heads over to the next patient, a former actress, Gloria Van Guten. So Raz immediately jumps into her mind, I'm getting in. Now, inside her mind, he discovers that Gloria has been sent to a
Well,
boarding school
motherfucker.
when she was young. Why does this matter at all, and who the fuck is Gloria Van Guten?
She's a famous actress.
Alright, we're showing this because the levels are good, but it's not of much consequence. Here we go. The school was to teach Gloria how to be a performer. And so Gloria became a famous actress and performer. Then her mum killed herself. And Gloria went, whoa.
Went offline.
And then she broke down and went, I'm real sad, and I have decided to lose my career as well. And inside Gloria's mind is a critic. It's Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
Oh no.
acting that makes
It's bad. That's the bad webcomic wiki. Don't listen. It's...
Great. Well, I'm off to go kill myself.
You know, you could be a more constructive critic.
Kid, if you want to see a good play, come talk to me.
Which Reyes defeats, and then Gloria is able to move
Okay,
on from her.
show it to me.
Thank you.
Watch them
Also,
freeze up.
here's one of my awards. Oh, an Emmy. But it turns out that the award is shaped similarly to Loboto's claw hand.
Or show you something really
Reyes told us
boring
off to
and
meet
stale.
Patient Edgar Teagley.
Every time it is the same. The matador, the bull, how I despise you both.
Teagley is a Mexican wrestler. He goes into his head, right? Edgar was a wrestling star in high school, right? And his girlfriend left him for the captain of the cheerleaders. Edgar was heartbroken, right? And he lost his fighting spirit. I will not fight anymore, he says. Raz helps Edgar figure out his true feelings following the breakup. You don't need no lady.
How embarrassing. I can't believe I was hung up for so long over these losers.
And he goes back to the real world, and Edgar
doesn't
gives
look-
him a painting of Loboto.
Amanda doesn't look the best now that
So
I
with
think
all the
it's a second
materials in hand,
glance,
Raz
but
disguises
I'm just
himself
gonna
as
go ahead
Dr.
and live with
Loboto.
it.
Thank you. Oh, yes, I'll just walk past. Thank you, SB. He rides up the elevator. Do, 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 do. And at the top of the facility, Raz runs into a hunchback old woman. Look at you, you're old. She warns him to leave, but Raz does not heed the warning, and he continues up the tower, and he sneaks into the lab, which is atop the tower.
Who is that? Why, it's
trying to
Dr.
learn to
Loboto. He's
actually
talking to
start
that
and
hunchback
finish
old
stuff.
woman, whose name is
So-
Shigor. Shigor is Dr. Loboto's assistant.
Right.
However, Loboto is forcing Shigor to assist him by threatening her pet turtle, Mr. Pokelope.
Mr. Pokelope. Wait, isn't that a voice actress from Rugrats or something?
Raz then spots Sasha and Mila's brains in jars near Mr. Loboto. Raz runs off. He finds Shigor. She shows him to Sasha and Mila's unbrained bodies. Lily is there too, but she still has her brain. Now, Loboto tried to take it from her, but she had a cold, and that prevented
What the hell?
sniffing the sneezing powder, right? Blocked nose in it. Now, she
That
is
happened so
and
randomly.
Raz
I have
cannot
no
free
idea
it.
what that
So,
is.
I'll do the next best thing, says Raz, and he heads back to the lab and
Stop
brings
it!
Mr. Pokelope the turtle.
Ah, this happens when when I'm selecting colors. Look at how many tabs have like opened up out of nothing.
Daddy's here. And he comes up with a plan to trick
Jesus
Loboto.
Christ, stop.
Shigor presents Mr. Pokelope's brain to Loboto as a doorstop.
I just
Loboto
wanted to
is very
adjust
pleased.
this
Thank you, Shigor. You've done
shade
well.
a bit
And Raz
to match
uses
my
his
color
psychic
palette.
powers to place Mr. Pokelope's brain inside the prototype psychic tank.
There's
and the
an
tank
error.
blasts
Yes,
Loboto
no
onto the
shit, there
tower,
was an
kills
error.
Loboto.
I'm just trying to select a color and you're freaking out like I'm committing a crime.
Back into his head.
Stop it!
Raz takes Sasha and Mia's brains and he puts it back in their heads. Sasha and Mia free Lily.
Oh my god,
Then she
stop
locks
it!
and
I just
faces
want
with
to
everyone.
change
How
her skin tone a
dare you get
tiny
rid of my
bit.
dentist?
So it.
Sasha and Mia
Oh
says
my
this is
god,
too dangerous.
stop!
Lily and Raz away as they battle the coach. Meanwhile, downstairs, the asylum patients are banding together. They want
No,
to
you can't.
a gas line, which
Stop
is-
it!
Boyd decides now is the perfect time
You're not allowed to
take
use
the photo
Photoshop anymore. Wow.
and sets it all alight. The spirit of the milkman, the rainbow squirts, the G-men, and the den mother all leave him. And Boyd exclaims,
The milkman has completed his route.
What the hell just happened? Adobe. If you're going to be greedy assholes about your product, maybe stop making it be... Oh my god. All this because I was picking a different color. This has happened before, although that's definitely the most it's overreacted ever. Maybe because I was changing the skin tone. Holy shit. Yeah, now it's not even now it's not even giving me now it's like taking away my Photoshop privileges. Just sit in the corner and think about what you've done. You were going to adjust the color palette for this character's skin slightly in order to match your own style. It's not a thing. What the hell was any of that? That was fucked up. Okay, let's see if I can do that without Photoshop freaking out. That was something special, I gotta say. Okay. You alright? You're not gonna have a big cry session about it, Photoshop? Holy shit. That's also not right. I want to try several different shades, too. I hope that also doesn't make you poop your Pampers. I would do the same thing with white people if that makes you feel better, Photoshop. Holy crap. I'm looking for a very specific... The colors that I have are a very particular type of bright. Let's see. Maybe if I mix the two. Because, like, that's a little closer to what I'm looking for. But it's still not right. It's not right. It's not the right shade. Yeah, there we go. There. That looks alright. Okay. There. That's all I wanted to do, Photoshop. Happy? Because I'm happy. And in case you forgot, I'm the customer! Gosh dang darn it! Sorry, it's just that's not the first time Photoshop has done that to me, and it's really annoying. Ugh. Especially when you want to be, like, very specific with your color palette, like me. Like I'm gonna do the same thing with her shirt and maybe her hair. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna go full on solid black. No, I can't because of the way I've done the line art. I would have to cut out the line art. That might be easier if I do it that way, so... Let's try that, actually. Hang on. Let's use the same shade of brown. That actually might look better. And that might be... I might be able to make her eyebrows stand out better. I'll turn Internet Historian back on in a second. That was some real surprisingly pissy behavior from Photoshop, and I want to make sure I solve this problem before I get back into my normal flow. Jesus Christ. That was so lame. No, the line art, baby. There we go. Okay. thinking what could be a neat looking effect. It's the same as this skin tone, maybe slightly darker. And then do solid black for the hair. That could actually pop. But obviously we're not going to use something that'll fill easier with style of vectors. Oh shoot, yeah, it should be fine. Okay, I'm using the wrong layer, but it should be fine. I just really want to see how this looks. Nah. It looks like she's wearing a hat. No, doesn't work. Let's see. And this, the eyebrows are a little of a brown outline. Okay. Well, all right. Well, it was worth a shot. I'm gonna have to try something else.
You guys want to split a cab?
Then suddenly, it's time for Sasha and Mila to fight Oleander.
They're using their mind powers.
Ford Cruller arrives. He throws sneezing powder at Oleander, gets him right in the eyes. Oleander sneezes his brain out just as the asylum explodes. Psychonauts then float down safely to join Lily and Raz. Oleander emerges from the rubble. Haha, round 2. But he doesn't have a brain. And so he is just a zombie. Suddenly, a prototype tank bursts from the rubble. Haha. Fortunate Son starts playing in the background.
Okay.
A cover version, though, for copyright.
Wooly's got a great skin tone. Maybe I could use that for her hair.
One-on-one.
It's time to do this.
This off-color black.
Raz manages to break the glass tank holding
Pretty good.
Oleander's brain.
I really
The
like
tank
that color
releases
for
sneezing
Wooly.
powder,
He
and
looks
Raz
so good.
Sneezes
Gosh
his
darn
brain
it.
out, but
Jake-
Raz manages to
Jakeneutron! You did a good job making Wooly look cute.
They're now minds merged together in a beautiful harmony. That's how new brains are born.
Alright, so they've merged then. Raz is thrown into a merged landscape. The mindscape is a giant circus, but there's meat around. Raz is able to discover Coach Oleander's true past. Oleander's childhood
I can't get
was
over the fact
He
that
loved animals.
it just doesn't
He
look
loved
right once I start
rabbits.
coloring it.
Bunny wabbits.
But his father
There's
was
gotta
a
be a way to
butcher,
fix this
and he also loved
easily.
animals. His father took away the rabbit and murdered the rabbit in front of Oleander's eyes. When Oleander got older, he decided to join the military, but he was rejected from every branch because he was so small.
Little man.
So Oleander resented
Hey,
the
don't
military,
disrespect the little
and he
kings.
vowed, I will make my own military, and it will be twice as good.
You know, what about Charlie? Woo yeah, baby.
He helps a child version
Oh,
of
you know
Oleander.
what? That's part of the problem.
Inside the main tent, Raz faces Oleander's monstrous father. Oh,
Big butcher.
you were not a nice
Okay,
guy.
that probably is gonna look a lot better just with that.
Raz tries to fight the butcher, but he is tossed aside easily.
Goodbye.
Lands inside another tent, and inside is another figure. Oh my god, this game goes on forever. A twisted vision.
It really
of
does.
Raz's own father, Augustus. Raz's father scolds Raz and forces him through an acrobatic gauntlet. Raz finishes the challenge.
Yay.
His father continues to scold him.
Yay!
And I denounce you as a son. Raz's father then flees. Raz follows though. I'm gonna see what my dad's up to. The fathers have teamed up. Raz manages to best both of them. How?
He hits him.
Oh wow, okay. And he knocks the
Yeah,
butcher
that's
into
better.
the meat
That's
closet in the
a
center
lot
of the
better.
tent. Suddenly, a new figure appears. It's Raz's actual dad.
Rasputin! I see your skull is as hard to penetrate as ever.
Dad!
His father has made it to Whispering Rock. Oh god, that was a long drive. Augustus is like, oh my god, is that really how my son sees me?
Man, do I hate psychics.
Seeing my son happy.
I'm so sorry, son. I don't really hate psychics. In fact, I am one. I just wanted to keep you away in order to keep you safe.
Okay.
Raz's vision
Well,
of
that
him
obviously
into
didn't
the
work
big
at
fire.
all.
The tent shakes as a merged version of the butcher, and Augustus suddenly rises out of the meat goo from the grinder. Augustus gives Raz his power. Raz projects a giant image of himself and fights the dads. Raz wins. He and his father escape the collapse and mine.
Why does it keep...
Coach Oleander
I must be
and
pressing
Raz's
something when I
minds
do
start
that,
to
because it
separate.
keeps
And Raz and his father
sampling
leave for the
in the
real world.
other,
We did it. Tired of being in here, it smells.
the second
Tell me about this
block over here.
Lily person.
Hey!
It's the next day, and the kids are all sitting around the campfire, and Coach Oleander says, I'm sorry.
You're
for what
looking
I did.
into your
Think
son's
I was."
horny psyche? That's probably not the best
Next
idea.
year there'll be different kids. We can try again.
Raz has cleared my demons. You are the best person at this whole camp. Compared to Raz, everybody's shit. So the Psychonauts organization
Much
wants Oleander
better,
to remain,
okay.
Since he is now sane. Well, that's very forgiving. And also, Raz, why not take a position within the Psychonauts? You will get the coffees. So, Raz accepts this prestigious position. Would you like it with milk? Raz and Lily then walk together as Raz prepares to... It's only like 2 days at camp, right? The pair suddenly share a kiss. Lily then says, I think we should just stay friends. Sasha, Mila, and Cruller.
Okay, while this is wrapping up, I'm going to close all of these weird random error reports while I was trying to pick a simple skin tone. God damn.
Sasha then invites Raz to help. Oh, come on.
I should be counting these.
Augustus turns to his son and goes, I'm so proud of you, my boy. I'll go. You have my blessing, son. Oh, God. Although I'm man down at the circus.
Who's gonna swallow all the swords?
Lily, Sasha, Mila, Oleander, and Raz then hop into their jet. Fly away.
Like the X-Men. The X-Men have a
Oh, right, yeah, the X-Fighter or whatever it is. But there's no time. That would leave things at a cliffhanger.
A sequel will come
65 that I
very
counted.
short amount of time.
That I counted. I closed at least 4 before that. So,
So
there was at least 65 of those that opened because I was choosing a gosh darn skin tone. What the ever-loving heck.
Colors appeal to me.
You're very visual, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. In the office right now, we have one of those like
Jeez.
lights that you can plug in, and it just shows a projection of stars on the roof.
I'm not using some, like, backwatered version of Photoshop either. I paid for this in college and everything. Like, this is a really
I think that'd be a nice experience.
prestige version. Whatever. I managed to grab this before Photoshop started charging monthly.
I thought you had that taken out.
No one died.
So I guess they're trying to sneak in new ways of screwing with me.
Going into people's heads and exploring.
Although I don't know how that's
and being
possible.
like,
It's not like they
check
can
out these
update it. I'm off the grid.
And that's like that's the idea.
Yeah, you're going into people's minds to help them clear their mental fog.
So why is it a camp?
Where else would you go to learn how to do psychic abilities? Duh.
Classroom?
Oh.
School?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, right.
Remote learning from home?
It's like from 2021 or something. It's not that
How would you
old.
all decorate your mind palaces if you could bring people to them?
Oh, that's a good question. I'd probably paint it like white, like inside. 'Cause then, it looks new.
I feel like yours would probably be similar to that last level. It's just meat circus everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's all barbecue meats.
Yeah, it's
Sweet baby rays.
You can't even see anything. There's just so much smoke everywhere.
Hello everyone. I'm here in my brain. I'm live streaming from my brain.
Where are you, Jeff? What is your
Yeah, Jeff.
What does your brain palace look like? Your
So,
mind?
Brown eyes.
It's brown, like our packaging, of course. Of
Yep.
course. And then I think it's just like a child's astronaut room.
Child's astronaut.
Just spread around like all my dreams and hopes
Says it.
from when I was younger.
Super
No
pink
reflection of my
tongue.
adult because I really lost my soul when I turned like 25.
Should
I had
probably
to sell it to
sample
get
the
Amazon.
reference for this
but
one.
just everything from my childhood that
That's
I really
pretty
wanted to
easy to
do, which
screw
was
up.
mostly space.
I thought it would be just full of your brother.
I've got a corner for that.
Yeah, okay, right.
Is that you, Bill?
Do you ever see that Xbox
You wouldn't think
conference
so, but
where
a
they have
tongue
the rock
color
on
is
stage
pretty
and he's
easy to
wearing, like,
screw
a
up.
leather jacket and sunglasses? It's just that.
Right, okay.
But, like, slightly bigger.
You're slightly bigger?
I
or
wonder
The
if
Rock is
Willie has a
slightly
different
bigger?
colored
The
tongue.
Rock.
Nope.
All right.
Well.
I think that's about it. They spelt psycho wrong. There's a P at the beginning.
I don't think it might be, but
Recently,
I don't think so.
For no reason at all,
I think it's
asked
the
Mint
same,
Mobile's legal
but I'm
team
just-
if big wireless
yeah,
companies
it's
are
the same.
allowed to
It's
raise
just-
prices due to inflation. He
There's
said
less
yes.
of the bright
And then
pixels.
when I asked if
I'm
raising
still gonna
prices
use a
technically
slightly
violates
darker
those
thing, though.
You know, it was often said that Marlon Brando, he wouldn't even bother to read the script beforehand. Call me Marlon Brando, baby. Parasite Eve.
Oh, cool. This is
Right,
a funny
so
one.
This game is a sequel to a novel of the same name. It's like Die Hard, right? The game begins in New York on Christmas Eve, 1996. It's exactly like this is Die Hard. Welcome to Die Hard. We play as Officer Aya Brea, and Aya is on a date. Oh, that's nice. Oh, kind of spooky though. Spooky tone. And her date are attending the opera
Spoopy month.
at Carnegie Hall. And Aya says something like, oh, this is very nice. And the man says, I even had my dad get us the best seats for tonight. I tell you what, if bragging about your dad doesn't get a woman into bed, you're doing it wrong. Aya then sprints away from the man. Yeah, okay, she's gonna go find his dad. So, the opera begins. Everyone shh. Opera is happening. The songstress is singing. It's all auto-tuned,
I can't
don't
believe
worry
it's
about
almost
that.
5:30
But then the
already.
songstress, she spots Aya
I'm not done
in the
with
crowd,
this,
right? Looks
this
at her
title
like,
card yet.
and then suddenly, everyone on the stage and the members of the audience all catch fire. What the fuck? Oh, there's that. As the opera house burns, Aya knocks over her date and whips out her gun. And then she confronts the songstress. Freeze, NYPD! No, wait, the order's wrong. She goes, bang, 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 bang. Freeze, NYPD! The songstress is unfazed, but she does take note that Aya is unaffected by her singing. The point is that she's the only one who hasn't caught fire, is that right? So the songstress says, you should be awakening soon. Aya is confused and she battles the
Well,
woman.
I want to do a bit more with this than just solid colors,
supposed to
but
have sex with
I'm going to have
Sully's
to rush
dad.
this along
You
a bit.
ruined everything. As they battle, the songstress says, listen up, Aya. Me and your bodies are trying to communicate with one another. The more you use your power, the more like me you shall become. What, an opera singer? I then asked the exact same question I would, which is, what power? What are you talking about?
Like
And
that,
the songstress
particular
reveals,
tone
my name
for
is Eve.
for Wooly is really nice.
This causes
I really
Aya
like
to
it.
suddenly
I don't
have a
think
memory
I might have to lighten it
flashback,
up just a little
and
bit,
she
but
pictures
I don't think
herself
I
as
will.
a small child in the hospital.
Considering
While she's
the
flashing
high
back,
contrast
right,
between,
that
like,
distraction
it's literally
gives
black and
Eve
white.
enough chance to make an escape.
And,
if you're hanging out with buds, right? Yeah.
It's
remember
just
that time?
off black
Dash
enough
away.
that where it
I'd
won't.
better give chase, says Aya. But then while she's running,
won't make
she
coloring
spots a
hard.
little girl. And the little girl runs off, but she's familiar to Aya. So Aya's looking around, oh, I gotta find Eve. And suddenly she's spotted by a rat. And the rat
I'm gonna
is
try to
mutating
do
and
just the
becomes
solid
a
colors
giant
before
monster.
I
Oh,
sign
no.
off.
But then Aya
and
defeats it. No
you know what?
problem, and
Yeah,
carries
I mean
on.
that's the
So,
solid
Aya
colors
makes it
basically.
backstage,
The
and
rest is
there are
the
many more
finishing
burnt
off the
people
whites.
Jesus God, like this guy looks ridiculous.
Gosh, you know, if
It
you didn't
looks
know better,
like
this
those,
would
like,
sound really
spicy
bad.
Doritos, and then
Yeah,
it's
man,
like
finish
the
up the
Doritos are all
woods.
red. Bruh. Anyway,
But, you know,
with his
still,
tiny
it
breath,
like
he
this
says,
is obviously
"The
not
main
solid
actress's
white.
name
It'll pass through. So what I have to do is color it in a way so that I can make it solid white, so that I can export it as a PNG and use it and have it transparent backgrounds.
So
It's all
she was
technical.
obsessed
And
with
almost
opera, it
this.
turns out, and it was her dream to be a star. But she
So
was
let's get
co-cast
this,
with
and,
another woman, Suzanne. But then Suzanne burned in an apartment fire. Melissa thinks that this has happened because of how badly she wanted that part, right? Like, I wanted to be the number one so badly that my wishing thinking caused Suzanne to catch fire. I want to be the next Mark.
And yeah, okay, so there's two finished drawings.
The diary also says that Melissa is tackling the problem
Oh,
with medication,
wait,
which
not
she
quite.
keeps having to
Not
increase
quite.
the dose of to stop her fire powers or something from happening. So Aya leaves the room, and then she's running around, and she catches up with Melissa. Aha! And Melissa is struggling mentally
Two
with her
usable
identity
drawings.
as Eve. Melissa, no, Eve.
Alright. Anyway, that's enough. So I need to slap together this title card so that I can play Amanda the Adventurer later. I will see you guys in a little while. Okay, take care then. Bye-bye. Take care now. Bye-bye.